so let's try and just have that as a backing to me coming up with some stuff. We'll work out the chords first of all, I think. So the capo's on 7, as you'd expect for anything that's an A Dorian. Any of you guys who are in my Bouzouki classes will hopefully know by now that capo on 7 for anything that's in the A, capo on the 5th fret for anything that's in G, no capo at all for anything that's in D or even B minor, and capo on 2 if it's in E, so like E Dorian or E Aeolian, but mostly it'll be Dorian keys. So anytime, most of the time, guys, when you hear something that sounds minor, like this tune, it's Dorian most of the time. So the A and the E Dorian are the 2 big ones, and that will be capo on 7 or capo on the 2nd fret here. So just move everything down. Okay, so also using the reverse chord app here just to show you the tunings. So you should have D, A, E, A. E, A, E, A. So this being your 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st course. So the 1st course is actually the highest one, this top one, and the 4th course then is the low, the big, thick double strings here. So the key then, or the chords I'll probably be using, will be like the A5 power chord quite a bit. The so-called G sus2 chord. The E sus4 chord, and then back to A5 chord. So those would be my 3 chords. Dum dum dum. That's probably the trickiest one, this chord here. Okay, so let's just see, can we just play along, and with the tune, we'll just play it a couple of times. See if I'm in tune to myself. Let's have a listen. I think they could afford to be a little bit louder, the whistle. I think the Bouzouki's drowning it out a little. So I'm just going to go in and just turn, so you guys, just going to turn up just a wee smidgen. This is the Fission app, so there may be some way that I can, it may be something specific to the app. So if I just go into the loopback, it's probably in here, computer audio, Fission, where it's like it's every app that I use when I'm recording. Is this Fission? Oh, it's at 100%, so it's, I haven't turned it down here, so it's definitely OBS then, the actual software I used to record. That's messing it up a little, so if I just go into audio and just turn them up slightly, computer audio. Wait for a sec. Okay, so it is mostly just, as you guys can hear there, what I'm doing is your A5 chord, that's your G2. Yeah, I know it's got two different ways of describing this chord here, D sus4 over G. No, G2 is far better because G up to A sounds far more like a G to A, which is what I was playing on the piano earlier, you know, the that's how you know you're in Dorian mode, by the way. I always look out for the minor sort of feel, and do I hear any of this sort of... Hear that? Da-da-dum. So when you hear that in the bass, that's how I know we're in a Dorian mode. So I'm always on the lookout for that, and that's what we have here in the Bouzouki as well, with the A5 chord. So I'll be your friend, and also you could just you can just have this, your A power chord, just like that. Just don't bother with the fourth course at all. Just focus on the third, the second, and the first course. That's what I do a lot for, like, polyphonic accompaniment, or, you know, counter melody. So, like, almost like a traditional Greek Bouzouki, the sort of 6 course, or, you know, three course doubled. AEA is a really good sort of tuning for this, of course, because we're in the A Dorian mode. So leaving out that fourth course, you're not really losing a lot, unless you want to do a bit more strumming. If you want to do some strumming, then yes, include that, and you'll have to use this on the 7th frets above the capo. Yeah, that's your so that sort of D inverted, D major chord with the F sharp in the bottom, D, F sharp, and A. That's going to go up to your G sus2, and then that's going to go up to your A5 chord. So get used to that sort of progression. I know it looks a bit weird going between. But do practice that, you know, that movement between those 3 chords. Happens a lot in the Dorian modes. Da, da, dum. Also do the same thing if you put the capo, like, you know, down to the 2nd fret. So da, da, dum. Okay, so same idea. Just put it back up to the 7th. Da, da, da. Okay. So those are kind of the three main chords. You may also notice that sometimes I throw in like the E sus4, like chord 5. Or you could just make it a full E power chord just by adding that. E, B, E, B, E, B, E, B. E, E, B, E, B. So that's their sort of fourth chord based around this bass string. You know, having the A, G, your D chord, going up to G chord, going up to A power chord. Add this in every so often. Your E power chord as well. That's kind of like the equivalent of chord 5 in the key of A Dorian. Okay, so it's kind of nice to have that in there the odd time. So let's see, I'm just going to use just those 4 chords. I'll play through it just for those 4 chords and see if we can add a few more in. So yeah, you can just play the whole tune with nothing but those 4 chords. Like, they do take care of a lot. You'll notice there was a lot of it though where I was just doing the like the A power chord on its own. That's fine. That's probably where you'd have a lot of opportunities to put in these sort of, you know, like the little counter melodies when you've got the opportunity of a drone.